What up, fellow Clashers? It's me, Gromage here with another COC video. This time I'm doing a topical study. This is not your Clash clans that you're normally used to, where I'm actually covering a war attack or covering some kind of war strategy. This is actually cutting a hot, heated debate, a hot, heated subject. We have a split amongst the Clashers here on what should we do about engineering bases. I got accused in my last video that it's actually clickbait, saying that I never really fully answered it. I never answered the question, but I did answer my question. My question was, are engineer bases dead? And I said in my conclusion, no, they're not dead in my video. Just unfortunately, there was a couple people that didn't actually watch my full video, so they didn't see the answer. Please, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta watch my videos from beginning to end. I will not clickbait you. That's not my intent. I want good quality service here for you guys, so I am answering that with an actual video. So to reiterate it so I can get more deeper into it, maybe I just didn't go deep enough for him. I will go deeper for you, buddy. I got you covered. So, what are engineered bases? Engineered bases there's two types of bases designs. There's rushed and engineered. Rushed means that you're trying to do all your defenses as fast as you can. So you're you're just building them. You're just spamming a bunch of defenses and maybe not maxing them out and just upgrading your town hall level. You're not really worried and focused onto your offensive side, which is your hero side. So because of that, you are just advancing as fast as you can town hall wise, just building everything, and everything is just super low level, but you have a bunch of stuff built, and then your heroes and your troops are not matching up with it. Then engineer bases are different. They're specifically designed with getting high offense and low defense. So they would not even touch the defenses at all. They would just work on getting their offense as high as you can. Now, granted, doing an engineered style base is extremely hard and extremely difficult and a lot of work. So it's not something you could just go ahead and just dive right into and then be experts at it. Because what happens is when you do this, your defenses are extremely low, so you get raided a lot. And so you work so hard building up your resources to save up for stuff, but you get raided so hard and so heavily that, you know, if you're the casual player who only goes on once in a while, it's not really up to your advantage for you. Why do engineer bases? Well, engineer bases helps out into war. The biggest thing is clans are actually, when in war, paired up based upon what's called war weight. Now, war weight determines how powerful your clan is, and they look for other clans with the exact similar war weight, and that would be considered a fair pairing. Well, what happens is that when you get into a war search and you have engineer bases, your offense is extremely high and your defense is extremely low, giving you a very low war weight value. And because of that low war weight value, you basically are paired up with putting yourself at a lower pedestal than what you should be at. So it's easier for you to do war battles and win. So essentially, you're unbalancing the war and getting better targets. But usually what happens is that Supercell, well, because there's a lot of them going on, you could end up getting paired with another engineer clan, so it's engineer versus engineering, and who's going to rise up for the first in that. But, you know, that creates a whole nother issue. But now the biggest heated topic right now that is in the Clash world is, what is Supercell going to do about these engineer bases, and is it fair? I think it's debatable about what fair is, because according to the game style and the rules and how everything is set up, you can play the game any way you want to, and that's what they intended for in Supercell, is they intended for you to play any way you want to. Unfortunately, the pairing up system becomes harder for them to create this system. I know originally we used to have it where the defenses and offenses had equal share on weight. They changed that because people were being unfairly matched up again. So this is a constant struggle that Supercell is going through. Now here's how Supercell actually answers the calling to this. They don't call it engineered bases, they just call them straight up lopsided bases. So they kind of group them together both as rushed and also as engineered. We actually coined the term of engineered and rushed. They actually just call it lopsided bases. So what is Supercell going to do about this? Well, Supercell said that it's a heated topic, and the opinions are divided amongst the community. And so because of this, there's nothing that they could do to prevent lopsided bases, because if they do something, they're going to have to do drastic changes to the actual clash system, which means that they're going to have to do restrictions to upgrades to mandate the offensive-defense balance. So in other words, they say you won't be able to upgrade to the next town hall unless you build everything to a certain level, and that would make the game more complex. And Supercell mentioned before in a previous posting that they didn't want to do that because they want to keep the game as simple as possible for users, and they want to simplify things to make them as easy as possible to play the game for all new users. So again, that is not something that would be like Supercell to be able to do. So instead, what they're talking about is they're talking about that these cases cannot be prevented, and so they're thinking about launching a new troop, spell, or defense, or extra building to lower town hall levels. Doing balancing becomes even more difficult as new things come out. So there's always going to be some people going to break the restrictions or figure out ways around things. So what are they going to do about it? And they said they're trying to do a lot, and they're trying to adjust on it. They're into figuring out a good war weight to balance it out. And but again, it has to do with a huge amount of code and matchmaking that are the only way to be able to fix this. And so they don't want to try to create an unfair advantage, but you're always going to run into somebody who figures out something and figures out an unfair advantage. So right now it's sorted by only defense strength, and attack strength has always been taken into account, but it's not very much right now. So by the books, it is balanced, but again, you're going to come across these engineer bases. So they really don't have a huge plan. They look into it, trying to figure out a safe solution, but it's not really generally a huge focus. So no, the question is, are engineered bases dead? No. And even if they do find a temporary solution, there's going to be another way that somebody's going to find out a loophole and something. So there's your answer to your question. Again, I was accused of not being able to answer fully for you, but I guess this doesn't even answer it for you. What are they going to do about it? Because nobody knows. Supercell says they don't even know. So there you have it. That's what's going on. If you like this video, smash that like button. Then also to subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gromit here saying smash base.